Welcome back, guys. In this section, we are going to discuss about clause number 6 of ISO 45001 Safety Management System. So let us start. Clause 6.1 deals with the planning stage of the PDCS cycle, or you can say the whole system of safety, that is 45001. Clause 6 is all about planning, and this clause is very detailed. So do not rush and take your time to understand the requirements of this clause. At any time of the video, you can pause and rewind to learn the requirements. In this clause, the first subclause is about the actions needed to address risks and opportunities. Under this clause, the standard requires you to conduct risk assessment of routine and non-routine activities. And for risk assessment, the first step is to identify the workplace hazards. Hazards can be of following types: electrical, mechanical, psychological, chemical, biological, physical, etc. Considerations while identifying the workplace hazards must be given to shift hours, workers involved, lone working, supervision, design of workplace, tools and infrastructures, legal requirements, no noise, heat and cold, and emergency situations, etc. By identifying all these hazards and keeping in view the points mentioned in this column, you can identify nearly all the hazards that are necessary to perform risk assessment. One way to determine all hazards and risks is to use PASTEL framework, under which you identify political, economic, social, technological, legal, and environmental risks in a systematic way. So, for example, P is for political. This framework will enable you to identify all the risks that are present in a given project. The political risks may be the political stability of a project, the taxation system. Economical risk might be the availability of financial resources, inflation rates, exchange rates. Social risks can be the cultural values, the demographics, psychographics of the society. The technological risks pertain to the particular project in hand. L is for legal risk, like the regulatory rules like health and safety regulations that are applicable on your organization. And last E is for environmental, for example, impact of adverse weather, use of greenhouse products, etc. So by going through this PASTEL framework, you can identify nearly all the hazards. After identifying the hazards, risks, and opportunities, the organization then needs to address these risks through a hierarchy of control, which we are going to discuss in the next video. Using this hierarchy of controls, the organization needs to establish a documented procedure of assessing, addressing, documenting, and communicating the hazards and risks to all the workers. This task must be performed by a competent person, and it must be done at the planning stage, that is, while implementing clause number 6. Another important aspect of this clause is to ensure that the organization is in compliance with all the applicable up-to-date legal requirements. The sources of information from where you can get up-to-date legal requirements may include use of a occupational health and safety consultant, subscription to occupational health and safety institutes, or subscription to legal newsletters.